this tweet from President Trump. I'll read it to you. I spoke with President Moon of South Korea last night, asked him how Rocket Man is doing. Long gas lines forming in North Korea. Too bad. Oh, good Lord. I've actually been crying. I've been laughing so hard. I've been laughing for 10 minutes straight since I saw this. Um, it's it's all the better because apparently about the same time he tweeted this, he also tweeted this. Well, I'll show you the other tweet. It's two clips. Here's a real picture of him hitting a golf ball, and then it's stitched together with a clip of Hillary Clinton tripping and falling on the plane, and then somebody CGI'd in a golf ball. So it looks like he's hitting a golf ball that's knocking her into a plane. So, so what's so funny about it is that all week, no, I'm not stoned. I wish I were. All week, Hillary Clinton's been pushing her book and saying increasingly ridiculous things about why she lost. She's apparently somebody counted up. I can't believe how many. There was something like 70 different reasons that she gave in her book. I forget the number, like 45 or 70. It's a big number, whatever it is. The reason she gave for why she lost. And do you know which one she left out? That Trump is funny as hell. You have to admit, some number of people voted for him just because he's funnier. You know that's true. She left that one out. So what's hilarious about this is she's been talking all week about all the reasons she lost, and then he just tweets this little that just perfectly captures what was wrong with her personality compared to his. Right now, obviously, everybody reacts to these two personalities differently, but nobody's going to tell you that she had a sense of humor, and nobody's going to tell you that he didn't. and I'm here to tell you that did make a difference. Okay, it did make a difference. So what? I'm sorry that it's still playing on my computer, and every time I turn around and see the golf ball and knock her back into the plane, it gets funnier every time. Oh God, that could not have been more perfect. All right, but we're here to. But we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Rocket Man. Now, let me show you. Here's President Trump hitting the ball. All right, I spoke with President Moon of South Korea last night. Asked him how Rocket Man is doing. Long gas lines forming in North Korea. Too bad. So, granted, that might get us a nuclear war, but it was totally worth it just for the laughs. All right, so let's break down Rocket Man. So here's what I like about this. Obviously, he tries out all of these little, what I call linguistic kill shots. But so here's Kim Jong-un, who's trying to make his country credible and a world power. And what was the last quote? Do you remember the last important quote from Kim Jong-un, who we shall now forever call Rocket Man? What was the last thing he said in public that got quoted? Do you remember? I'll help you out here if you don't remember. So yesterday's news was that Kim Jong-un said that they were just trying to get to, or that they were trying to reach equilibrium with the United States militarily. So they were trying to reach military equilibrium. Uh, the commander-in-chief of the mightiest military that the universe has ever seen, or maybe just our galaxy has ever seen, just called his little buddy who's trying to have military equilibrium, he just called him Rocket Man. He's not even Missile Man. He's just Rocket Man, because it sounds more diminutive, more insulting. But what's funny about it is that, North Korea is this, big, complicated country, and it's a mystery, and they've got a lot going on. But Trump has now reduced their entire country to Rocket Man with a long gas line. Too bad. Long gas lines forming in North Korea. I wonder if we even know that they have long gas lines. Do we even know that? And it's funnier because he started the tweet with, "I spoke with President Moon of South Korea," right? So the South Korean leader's name is Moon, and and I don't know, just by coincidence, his name is Moon, and the rest of the quote talks about Rocket Man. He just dismissed the entire peninsula. All right. So, but here's the potentially clever part of this. All right, I don't think this is a linguistic kill shot in the same sense that low energy Jeb took Jeb out of the race. But it is true that every time another missile gets launched, he's going to be playing to his new nickname. He got some rockets. By the way, we have 1,000 weapons that can wipe out your entire country individually. Well, you got those rockets, so that's cool too. Well, we've got an entire nuclear arsenal. We've got nuclear submarines. We've got the mother of all bombs. We've got 500 ways to kill you individually or your entire country. But hey, you got rockets. Your rockets are good too. Imagine how boring the next president is going to be. Doesn't it almost hurt when you imagine how boring it's going to be? Whenever President Trump is done with his term, whether it's 4 years or 8 years, the next president is just going to be, it's like watching glue dry. I mean, it's going to be the worst thing ever. I think that the single most important thing that people don't get about President Trump, that is the dividing line between those who think he's hilarious and the people who think he's insane or inappropriate or he's crossed the line or whatever, is that when he finds a boundary that he decides to violate by saying something that you're not supposed to say, it's not an accident. He does it to focus your attention there. He does it to, take out an opponent. He does it for lots of reasons, but it's pretty intentional. And there's also a lot of what I call A/B testing, meaning that he tests A, and if that doesn't work out, he tests B until he finds out what works. So here we saw him essentially A/B testing the nickname Rocket Man in a tweet before the speech. And what was the reaction to the speech? Well, the people on the left were slightly horrified that he would treat the leader of another country in such a way, even an enemy. And the people on the right couldn't stop laughing. I mean, literally, we just thought, well, that's great. That's funny. Now, having gotten essentially exactly the response he wanted, the left looking horrified and the right thinking it was hilarious, in part because the left was horrified. So if you don't get this central part of the joke, that the part that's funny is that he's horrifying the people who get easily horrified, right? That's the joke. Everything else is just details that make that joke keep working. But it's basically one joke that he dresses up in a whole bunch of different ways so that every time you see it, it seems fresh. But it's always the same joke. Hey, left, here's your boundary. Nobody should ever get outside of this boundary. man, bad things will happen if he gets outside of this boundary. Now watch this. He does it again and again and again. So when he took the Rocket Man nickname, that really you could argue is even inappropriate for Twitter because he's president, right? It wouldn't be inappropriate for anybody else on Twitter. But it feels inappropriate because he's the leader of the country, right? And then he takes that to the only place, the only place it could be even more inappropriate. He found literally the most inappropriate place to call the leader of another country by a clever nickname in front of the UN while the entire world was watching.